Very good evening. Welcome all of you to this training on how to regain your lost money in stock market. Now, I'm sure to many traders or investors who are already in stock market, you may be few months old, few years old, or maybe even 20, 30 years old in this business of trading. The moment you heard this title on how to regain your lost money in stock market, I'm sure there is a lot of hope. There is a lot of excitement. There is a lot of expectation that you have come with to this session. But let me also assure to all those people who are very new to this business of stock market and trading, you are also going to gain a lot. All right. So when there is a lot of expectation and hope to gain something out of this training, you should also realize that first thing, this whole training is designed in a way that as we progress in this session today, each and everything that we are going to discuss is going to form those stepping stones to the solution towards regaining. All right. And finally, at the end of the session is what you're going to get the actual solution to regain your lost money in stock market. So I request all of you to have some patience, go through this complete session, understand things in detail, why this particular topic is being discussed, and also understand because it is not one. There are different categories of people who are trying to regain their lost money in stock market. Now we are going to discuss the right practical solution to all those different categories. So as we are discussing, it becomes your responsibility to identify yourself which category you belong. All right. So let us begin this. But then before we begin, let me also tell you to find the right solution to regain your lost money. All right. It is very important for you to first understand something about yourself and also about the realities of stock market. All right. Let us not sit here with a blind belief about stock market, blind thinking, saying that overnight we are going to become a millionaire. All right. Let's be very practical. Let us see what is the exact solution here. So let us begin. So as I told you, in this particular session, each and everything that we are going to discuss, all these points are going to accumulate and finally form the final solution. Okay. So in order to first understand something about yourself, it is very important for you to answer these questions. All right. You can answer through the chat. You can answer it to yourself. You can recall. So the first question here is, how did you get into stock market? Normally, when people come to stock market, you, me, many others, many of your friends, family, when they got into stock market, now how do they get into stock market? Well, when you start thinking in these lines, you will realize many of you must have come based on someone else's opinion. Maybe your friends or relatives, they must have told you something about this, and then you are interested to get into this. All right. Many of your cases, in your case, even your parents must have guided you. Is it not? Or many, successful, highly successful people in this business, their story must have motivated you to get into this. People like Mr. Warren Buffett, Mr. Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, many such people. All right. Some people have the urgency to make money and they find stock market to be the best place, isn't it? Now, newspapers, media channels, and many advertisements on discount brokerages. These days trading through mobile, online, all these advertisements have become so very fancy. They've brought trading to your doorstep at your fingertips. Now these things must have motivated you. These days when you go open even a bank account, they give you offers like you can open a free demat account, free trading account, 3-in-1, 2-in-1 kind of offers. Is it not? All right. And stockbroking companies, of course, they are working round the clock. They have marketing executives who go about reaching out to people, explaining them how to I mean, how this can benefit them. All right. So many such training programs like this. There are some who also come here for time pass. All right. So these are all the different ways through which one must have got into stock market. Now that you have got into stock market, tell me, do you know, or if you know, please tell me, what is that you want? What do you want in stock market? What do people want in stock market? Of course, the larger picture here is to make money, but then the very specific picture some people may have is like someone will say that I want to become rich. All right, making big money, not just money, big money. All right, there are some who want to earn a regular and regular income through trading. Some people want to earn big returns on their saving. They have good savings. They have tried to save in some other venues, but then they want even better returns. That's why they get into stock market. There are some who invest for long term to meet some future anticipated expense. All right, and there are those who believe that trading in stock market is like easy. It is easy money, and people get into intraday trading for that. All right, and there are those who have very urgent financial requirements, commitments. For that, they get into stock market. Many of you must have definitely tried it out once when you had some lot of urgency commitments. All right, there are those who want to earn for some social cause. So many different purposes. I'm sure you all also have some purpose or any one purpose which is mentioned here. Yes, Mr. Matthew says it is the financial freedom that I want. All right, so I don't want to depend on anyone else, so let me earn my own money. Correct. So these are all the reasons. Now that you know what is your purpose, you are very specifically identifying your purpose. Now tell me, how are you going to fulfill this purpose? Well, when we come to this, majority people in stock market, this is what they do in order to fulfill their purpose. They follow experienced traders. They take their advice. There are tips and calls providers. There are, you can hand over your portfolio to someone else so that they can manage on your behalf. These are all the things people try. There are so many training programs on technical analysis, fundamental analysis. People throng into them in order to learn and understand how to analyze the market movement, how to predict the market movement, and then trade. Reading newspapers and reading articles, this is one age-old tradition people have been following. All right. And there are those who also believe in astrology, numerology, related to stock market trade. News and events are also one most important thing. Even till date, people are following all these things. Is it not? Now, these are all the things majority people are following. Many of you must have already followed some of these things or everything here. But tell me, what is the end result? What is the end result? Anyone? What is the end result? I would like to know from you. Following all these things when you're trading there, what is that end result that you have achieved? Have you been able to fulfill your purpose of getting into stock market? Yes, anyone? Well, of course, yes. The one thing, the one end result many people have come across, or most of them have experienced, is it is a loss. All right, it is not fulfilling the purpose. It is just losing your actual capital itself. All right, it is actually losing your capital itself. Is it not? But then when people experience this loss, now what is going to happen? Well, this is one business where people, when they lose money, they take a step back. They start thinking what went wrong, what did I do, and all these things. But then they are not finding any solution. Maybe discussing with lot many people, trying to read many things, and finally, they come across something very, very new, and now there is a lot of hope. So now again they get back the second time. They come with some new investment, fresh mindset to again start and regain whatever they have lost. But then when they come back for the second time, what do you think they are going to follow to trade and earn money? Well, if you ask me, let me tell you, people once again fall into the same cycle. They keep following the same age-old things. Maybe earlier they were following fundamentals, now they are following technicals. Maybe earlier they were taking some experts' advice on the TV channel, now they are subscribing to some tips and points. Maybe earlier they were trading all the A group company stocks and it didn't work out, now they have got into the penny stocks. All right. Once again, the same cycle keeps repeating. When the same cycle keeps repeating, now what is going to be the end result the second time? Is there going to be any change? Well, let me tell you, even the second time, it is not new. It is going to be a loss once more. It is not. But then this time, it is not just a loss. Let me tell you, the second time when you are losing there, it is not just the loss. Along with the loss, you will also start experiencing, all these things. You will experience that your health is declining. All right, because you are not in a position to bear this stress, tension. Your health starts declining. Slowly, you start developing this. You get into this depression. A very dangerous state, let me tell you. This leads you to develop a failure mindset, thinking that whatever I do, it is a failure. Whenever I trade, it is a failure. Whenever I buy, it goes down. Whenever I sell, it goes up. I am a failure. I am a big failure. Now, this is one dangerous thing. The moment you get into this thought process, it is very, very dangerous. It's very difficult for you to come out of this. And remember, nobody can help you out of this. Only you must come out. But if you still continue with this mindset, then let me tell you, it is going to lead into a lot of disturbance in your family. Your family, friends, children, parents, everyone is going to get disturbed, confused. They're like wondering what the hell has gone wrong with you. What is that big mistake that you have done which has led you to this? They are wondering, because when you're losing money, they will not know what's happening. It's all happening within you. Is it not? But then all these things put together will lead you to one major problem, and that is you are going to lose your long-standing status. So it is not just the money that you're losing the second time. This time you're also losing your long-standing status, your respect, the identity. All right? The treatment that you get from others, from the people surrounding you, your neighbors, your family, your friends, everything is going to change. And it is going to change for the bad. All right? I'm sure many of you must have experienced this already. Now that today you have come to this session, of course, you must be thinking right now that is there a solution to this? Yes, these are the truths. Now, is there a solution to this? Well, let me tell you, yes, there is a solution to this. The first and basic default solution, let me tell you, I'm sure all of you know the solution. What is that? If you have experienced this and if you want to regain, the best thing that you can do is you can quit stock market. Quit stock market, go do some other job, do your regular job, start earning some money. Of course, it is not going to be possible for you to regain everything at one shot. It is going to take a lot of time. That is truth. And you have to go through that process. All right. Even if it is painful, you have to go through that process. So keep earning, keep saving, and over a period of time, you will see that, whatever you have saved will try to cover up. All right. But then, even then, it is very difficult to cover up the time that you have lost. Is it not? But still, there are some of you who are still thinking that, well, I want to regain only through stock market, not through any other source of income. If that is the case, if you ask me, is there a solution? Let me tell you, yes, there is a solution. But the big question here is, what are you ready to do? What are you ready to do to regain your losses? This is one question that needs answering. Tell me, will you again keep following the same age-old things that you were following till date, which has led you to this? All right, or will you change? This is the decision that you have to take. And moreover, the first thing is you have to try and understand, first try and figure it out. What is that exactly you know about stock market? What have you learned about stock market? This you must try to recall. All right. Now, during the session or maybe after the session, try to do the small exercise. Take a piece of paper or a pair, notepad, pen, and then try to note down what is that you know about stock market. What have you learned about stock market? When you start doing this, you will definitely understand there are a lot many things that you don't know. All right. There are beginners who don't know, who will say that who don't know. There are many experienced traders who say that I know, but still in reality they don't know much. All right. So when it comes to the right things that you have to know, what is that right things that you have to learn here is that you should learn the right way to trade. The right way to trade. The right information and the right investment. These are the basic pillars, the foundations. All right. If the foundation is wrong, then everything will go wrong. Let me tell you. The right way to trade. Light way to trade. When I say light way to trade, I'll come back to right way to trade. But then when I'm talking about the light way to trade, I'm talking about keeping things very simple. How are you going to trade? On what basis are you going to trade? Now that concept, that understanding must be very simple for you to follow and implement. All right. If understanding itself is difficult, then following becomes even more difficult, and implementation will definitely not happen the right way. That's the reason I say keep it very light, easy, simple. All right. Then it will start working out. And then the right information must be there. Okay. Right information, right investment. We will come back to this question, our topic on right investment at a later stage. But then right information. What is that right information? Obviously, many of you know, or if you don't know, you try to understand this. When you come to trade, obviously you will trade any stock or a commodity or a currency, anything. Well, anything that you trade, you will be trading in any of these three segments, especially the stocks that you are trading. You will be trading in any of these three segments: equity, futures, and options. Just these three segments. So the first basic thing here is you have to understand these three segments. So you should have the right information about these three segments. What is that right information? Let's take this option segment. Well, these days, as many of you know that people are thronging to trade in options. Everyone wants to jump into options trading. But then when it comes to options trading, what is that you need to know? Well, to trade in options and to earn money, there are just two things that you have to know. One is buying a call option or buying a put option. These are the two best way to trade in options: buying a call option or buying a put option. All right. Apart from this, if you go about learning anything more, or if you're trying to dig any more details about this, let me tell you, you're wasting your time. More than wasting your time, you're trying to confuse yourself. By confusing yourself again, the way you trade, it is going to become complicated. Similarly, when we come to futures, in futures, what is that you're going to do? There are only two things that you will do. One is you will take a long trade. The other one is you will take a short trade. If the market is likely to go up, you will go for a long trade. If the market is likely to come down, you're going to go for a short trade. Now, apart from this, again, you try to experiment too many things or trying to learn too many things, you're wasting your time. And then the cash segment we have. Well, many people trade in cash segment, but that is the problem here. Because the segment is meant for investment. This segment is initially or basically designed for people to come and invest. But then you walk into any stockbroking company, you will see many people trading in this segment, and especially doing intraday trading in this segment. Well, you are wrong in the beginning itself. Then how will you expect results to come? All right. So these are all some of the basic, the right informations that you must have as far as stock market is concerned. But then when I spoke about the right way to trade, what is that I'm talking about? Obviously, I'm talking about only two things. That is, when to buy, when to sell. When to buy, when to sell is the most important thing that you have to know. Is it not? Do you all agree with me? But then when it comes to understanding this when to buy and when to sell, many of you know, you may be trading a stock, you may be trading a index or a commodity and all these things. When you were trading out there, and many times when you incurred those losses, as you know, how did that happen? Where did you incur those losses? All right. Which are those situations where you incurred those losses? When you start thinking in these lines, I can bet you these are all some of the places where you would have definitely incurred those losses. One is this big decline when the price starts coming down very sharp. People call it crash, stock market crash. When that happens, you know, every newspaper, every news channel, every experts keep talking about how majority people lost big money. People lost big money. Well, why should you lose? Why should you lose? When the price comes down, you can actually make profits. How? Take a short position. Take a short position. Sell it before it comes down. All right. Now, when I say this, some of you will start laughing at this statement because there is a big question that comes to your mind saying that how will I know that it is going to come down? All right. How will I know that I have to sell now and later it is going to go down? So what is that you are trying to understand here? When to buy, when to sell, you need an answer to this. Not just this one situation. Even in this situation, when the price keeps on increasing, people call it the rally. All right, big rally. Now, there was a very age-old saying that whenever the markets are in the uptrend, everyone will make money. Well, that was a very old saying because those days people used to invest. They used to buy stocks, take the physical shares, keep it at their home and forget it. That's how most of the people used to do in stock market. But then these days, how many people buy and wait? Well, people don't wait for 1 year. Forget about 1 year. People can't buy and sit quiet for 1 month. Forget about 1 month. People can't buy and sit quiet for 1 hour. When this is the truth, how, obviously, even in this situation, people end up losing. So when to buy, when to sell, how will you trade this situation and make profits here also? Not just this, many of you must have experienced this, all right? Maybe out of some gut feeling or maybe out of some research or analysis, whatever you have done, you have bought some stock and you are expecting the price will increase. You're waiting the day over. The next day when the market opened, it opened with a big gap down. There is a big gap down in the price. The price jumped downward. In between, the prices were not traded at all. All right. At least if it had traded the in-between price, you could have decided, okay, let me at least exit with minimum minus. But then since there is a big gap down, you are so very shattered, you are so very upset, you don't know what to do now. Is it not? Gap up and gap down. How will you deal with this situation? There must be a solution, is it not? When to buy and when to sell. This is what you have to understand. Not just the situation. Many times you must have come across this situation. We call it the false price breakout. Now what happens in this situation is the price is trading within a small range for quite some time. It is slowly decreasing or increasing. Suddenly, all of a sudden, there is a sharp movement, big movement. The way it moves, anyone watching this price movement, you will be tempted to jump and buy it. Is it not? How many times when you are sitting there watching your trading terminal, you are watching some stock price movement or something, and then the way the price was constantly increasing or way it was decreasing, you are tempted to buy, you are tempted to sell. But then the moment you bought, that is the high, from there the price started reversing. Have you experienced this? Now, this is what is called as false price breakouts. How will you deal with this? When to buy, when to sell? Is it not? And above all, one of the most important situation is this: the sideways market. All right. How will you know when to buy and when to sell? Because here, this is one situation where the price movement is in an indecision mode. You don't know absolutely which direction it is going to move, but then it is moving within a range. But whenever you feel it is going to increase, that's when it will come down. Whenever you feel it is going to decrease, that's when it is going to go up. And it keeps happening for many days. Today, you go talk to any big expert in stock market. How do we deal with this situation? Many people will say it's better you don't trade in this situation. But then how will I know? How will I know this? After we experience all these things, after the half the capital has been lost, later people, if you realize that it was in sideways, what is the point? So when to buy and when to sell. So my friends, all I'm trying to tell you here is understand, when it comes to trading in stock market, you are trading on the price of any stock or a commodity or currency, and the price movement does not remain the same way every time. There are different varieties of price movement. This you have to accept, you have to understand. You should understand how to trade in all these different market conditions. If you say that, yes, I now know how to trade in an uptrending market, that is not enough. How will you trade in a downtrending market? How will you trade in a sideways market? Is it not? So when you have a solution to all these things, wherever you go, I'm sure you must have been attending many training programs or reading many books, all right, going through a lot of materials to find a solution to earn money, to regain your losses. But then if you are not finding solution to this reality, that is to trade when to buy and when to sell in any different market condition, then again you are wasting your time. But if you found a solution to trade all these different market conditions, let me tell you, you are at the right place. You have found the right solution. Please continue with that. All right. Not just this. Along with all these realities, there are some more realities that you have to understand. One of them is, many people believe that, I'm sure many of you must have been told by your stockbrokers, your friends, your fellow traders, that trading F&O segment is very dangerous. Don't trade in F&O segment. It is dangerous. It is like suicide. It is very risky. These are the things that you must have heard, and right from the word go, you have decided that yes, they are right, and F&O segment is very dangerous. And with this fear, if you get into the segment, you are going to experience failure. Is it not? But then let me tell you some reality. Let us try to understand what is the fact here. What is the logic behind all these things? The logic here is, if you are trading in the equity segment, let's say, let us assume that you are planning to buy a stock worth 100 rupees. All right, 100 rupees worth the share. Per share, it is 100 rupees. You want to buy some, let's say, 2,000 shares. So what is the investment required? 2,000 into 100. It's almost like 2 lakh rupees. So to trade this 2,000 shares in the equity segment, you have to pay the complete 2 lakhs. So what is your investment? Your investment is 100% in the equity segment. Now, after investing 100%, now what is the risk involved here? Well, the price of a stock can become zero. Is it not? So the risk involved in the equity segment is 100%. So if I have to define the equity segment there, the investment is 100%, the risk is also 100%. But the same way, the same stock, now if I have to trade in the, let's say, the future segment, all right, the same stock trading at 100 rupees, I want to buy 2,000 shares, 2 lakh is the value, but here I don't have to pay 100%. 100 rupees is the price of a share. I don't have to pay complete 100 rupees per share. The exchange says you just have to pay some margin, some percentage. Let's say the percentage they say is 10%, for example. It means you are investing only 10%, remaining 90% of that money capital is back in your pockets. So in fact, if you see the right way, the actual risk, the logic here is the actual risk is only the 10%. Remaining 90% is already safe in your pocket. Is it not? But of course, if you do it the right way, if you trade all the wrong possible ways here, then anything is risky. All right. Even this moment sitting here, there is no guarantee we are going to live the next very minutes. So everything is risky. But when we do things the right way, then you will understand the right logic behind everything. The same way when we get into the option segment, the same stock trading at 100 rupees. Well, I don't have to pay even the complete 100%. I don't have to pay even the margin like 10%. I just have to pay something called as a premium, which may be just 1%. Like for 100 rupees share, maybe I'm paying only 1 rupee as the investment there. Remaining 99 rupees is in my pocket. This is the truth. All right. Equity 100% risk, 100% investment. Futures 10% investment, 90% in your pocket, only 10% is the risk. Options, 1 rupee is your investment, the 99 rupees is in your pocket, only that 1 rupee is your risk. Tell me, which is safe? Which segment is safe? Is equities the safe? Is futures the safe, or the options the safe? All right. Without understanding this real logic, if you just go about assuming things, then it is not going to help you. And above all these things, many people come to stock market and they still believe that this is gambling. All right. Now, well, let me tell you, if you to go forward and to find any solution before that, until this issue is addressed, no solution is going to matter to you. All right. Nothing is going to matter to you because you believe it is gambling. Now, how many of your family support you to trade in stock market? Not many, is it not? Not many people support you to trade in stock market. Why is that? It is because they think that this is gambling. Well, is that their mistake? Well, if you ask me, let me tell you, it is not their mistake. It is actually your mistake. It is actually your mistake. They did not know that this is gambling. They don't even know till date what is this all about, stock market trading. But then whenever you talk about stock market and trading, the words that you use, like many people say, I play in Nifty. Today I played in Tata Motors. Today I played in XYZ. The kind of words that you play, play, as if this is some playground. The moment someone beside you listens to all these things, they will clearly come to an impression saying that you are taking all your hard-earned money to go and play, which means you are going to gamble. And they know one thing about gambling. In gambling, nobody will succeed. They are going to lose everything. They are absolutely right. Is it not? So as long as you believe that this is gambling, as long as you use words, as long as your approach towards this is like gambling, then obviously your life will become a big gamble here. Gentlemen, friends, understand, stock market trading is a true business like any other business on this planet. Like any other business on this planet. The most legal business on this planet. But the point here is, until you treat this as a business, until you approach this business like a business, you're not going to see any success. So these are all some of the important things that one has to understand about themselves and about the market. And after all these things, once you have realized all these things, yes, now you will be thinking, yes, let us come to the solution part. Is it not? Well, yes, there is a solution to regain, but then there are a few steps that you have to undergo to find the solution. What are these steps? The first and foremost thing, the first step here is you have to change. The process of change is the first step. You have to change yourself from all the old habits, old practices to the new one. This is the first step to regain. Until this happens, you cannot move to the next. And the second most important step here is, I hope all of you will agree with me when I say every profession. I'm sure many of you are into different professions, business, job, and all many things. You know, any profession for that matter. Every profession has a procedure to be done. The way to do that, there is a procedure, is it not? Do you all agree? Every religion has a ritual. Every success has a discipline. You go talk to any successful person on this planet, you try to identify how did they succeed, you will realize that there was a discipline that they followed. Only then they were able to succeed. These are the three most important ingredients every person needs to have, even in stock market. So today, why can't we imagine a procedure, a ritual, a discipline to become successful in stock market? Why can't we do this? At least let us do this in order to get rid of this pain called regaining the lost money. Because the moment you do this, from there you are going to gain a lot of confidence, you are going to get a lot of clarity on how to proceed from here. And along with this, with all these things, now you should start thinking like a swan. All right. Now, what is this? Some of you may be feeling very strange about this statement. You should think like a swan. You know, this part of this world, you know, we call in our local language, we call this creature as Hamsapakshi. And there is a very old saying that this Hamsapakshi can separate milk from water and drink only the milk. That is its speciality. It can differentiate this. That is the same. The same way, when you start thinking like a swan, I mean to say that you should be able to differentiate, you should be able to separate right from wrong. You should be able to separate good from bad. You should be able to bring your focus to that final point. Yes, it's the key. This is the key. The moment you are able to do this, then everything will be success around you. You will start experiencing success in anything and everything that you do. All right. So as I told you in the beginning of this session, when we are talking about regaining your lost money, let me tell you, out of many of you people watching this session right now, in general, there are 4 different categories of people who are trying to regain their losses. Now we will see each one of these categories, but then, as I told you, you have to first try and identify which category you belong and what is that right solution for you. Please make a note of the right solution that we are about to discuss. The first category of people are these are the people who have a lot of money. They have money in abundance. All right. So they are not tensed about having lost money in stock market because they have a lot of money. So they can any moment decide saying that, all right, let me stop doing this stock market trading. Anyhow, it is not working out for me. Let me enjoy the money that I have. Why to take unwanted tension here? All right. Any moment they can decide. But then the pinch of having lost money, it doesn't die down so easily. All right. It will always keep pinching you. So if any one of you belong to this category, what is the right solution for you? Let's see this. Well, the right solution for you is, first of all, you get into only long-term investment. Just do long-term investment in the equity segment. All right. How to do long-term investment? You have to buy a stock, hold it for long term, and at some point later, when the price has appreciated nicely, you can sell it. All right. But there are some important things that you have to keep in mind, even if you want to do this. So what is that? First of all, when you're trying to do long-term investment, as much as possible, stick to the A group stocks, stick to the top quality stocks, and do not invest all your money in a single stock. Try to diversify your investment into multiple. But then when I'm saying this, there are some of you who must have come across a very bad experience investing in stock. There are some people who have asked me in the past, what happened to people who invested in Satyam Computers? If a company becomes a zero or if it goes down like anything, from where there is no point of return, what happened to people who invested in companies like Suzlon at those high prices and they are still holding on to it and there is no signs of recovery and it is still in that single digit or double digit? What do we do? All right. So if there is any fear of investing in stocks, a fear like this, then don't invest in stocks. Invest directly on the index itself, like Nifty is one such index. All right. But then when I say this, some of you will say that, all right, Nifty cannot be invested. One cannot invest in Nifty for long term in the equity segment. It is not there in the equity segment. Nifty is an index. It can be only traded in the futures and options segment. So this point is ruled out. Well, don't be in a hurry to conclude. Let me tell you, there is a product called ETF, Exchange Traded Fund. Invest in this. There is a ETF for Nifty called as Nifty Bees. There is a ETF for Bank Nifty called Bank Bees. There is a ETF for gold also. It is called Gold Bees. You can invest in them. You can buy them, keep it in a demat account, hold it for long term as long as it is possible for you. All right. The stock price can become zero, but then not the index itself. Well, if the index price approaches zero, let me tell you, this whole country, not just this country, this entire world will go back to Stone Age. All right. It means the economy has gone for dogs. Is it not? Well, that is not going to happen. But a stock price can become zero. There you are right. So directly go invest in the index. All right. But when you are investing, even when you are investing, there is one thing that you have to keep in mind. When to invest? When should I invest? Which is the right place to invest? Which is the right price to invest? That is the most important thing. Well, for that, you have to understand that when the price of a stock is constantly increasing, when it is increasing, never invest in a stock when its price is at its peak. Don't invest at the peak. All right. Then when is the best place to invest? Normally, whenever the price of a stock, that too a quality stock like a A group stock or even the index for that matter, comes down by 30%. Remember, from any price, if it comes down by 30% or more, then get ready. That is the right place where you should start investing. Well, if you go try this in any penny stock, you will be taken for a big ride. That is the reason I'm very specifically talking about select the A group stock. If not, go directly for the index. All right. You can do the small homework after this session. Go back, take the price movement of Nifty for the last let's say 23 years. All right. Check its price. Every time the price of Nifty came down by 30% or more, and if you had invested in all those places, then just see as of today what kind of returns you would have achieved. Let me tell you, it is mind-blowing returns. All right. So this is the right solution for people who belong to this category. So if any one of you belong to this category, please make a note of this. This is a practical solution. All right. Now let us move on to the second category of people. Well, these are the people who have a decent financial backup. They have good financial backup, nothing to worry. All right. They don't have money in abundance, but then they have good financial backup. All right. But then these people have also lost some money. But the other source of or the main source of income that they have, that income is good enough to cover up for these losses. So even these people can any moment decide that, all right, let me quit stock market. All right, because they can just decide, all right, what has gone is gone now. Let me not worry about it. Let me focus on my current source of income. They can decide any time. But still the loss is a bit big enough, and it is not that easy to forget. All right. So they must be looking for a solution. So if any one of you belong to this category, and if you are looking for a solution, then what is the right solution for you? Well, the first important thing here is you can also do the same long-term investment. Invest in A group stock, diversify your investment. When to do the right investment, we have discussed this already. But if you want to regain your lost money a bit faster than the earlier category, then how to do it? Well, do the same long-term investment, but then do the long-term investment in the futures segment. Do it in the future segment. Well, when I say this, some people will start, people who are already, I mean, the existing traders, experienced people, they will start laughing. How can you do long-term investment in future segment? It is because in futures, there is expiry date. Is it not? There is expiry date. So you have to exit every expiry date. Well, you can definitely do that. That is, you buy some stock in the future segment, and as you approach the expiry date, on the expiry date, you exit the sell the stock that you have bought, and immediately buy the same stock in the next contract, and keep doing this every expiry, and you will be able to hold it for the long term. All right. But then, how is it possible to regain a bit faster? Let us see. Let's take come back to that example where we were talking about some stock at 100 rupees price. Okay. Now the stock is trading at 100 rupees per share. I want to buy 2000 shares. So the value is 2000 into 100, 2 lakh rupees, which means in the equity segment, I have to pay the complete 2 lakh rupees. Is it not? 100% investment. But then I have invested there in the equities by paying 2 lakhs. As expected, the price increased from 100 rupees to 200. Over a period, it has increased to 200. Now I sell the stock at 200. So what did I gain? How much did I gain? Bought at 100, sold at 200. I got 100 points profit into 2000 shares. It means 2 lakh rupees profit. Is it not? So the investment was 100 rupees and I got, sorry, the investment was 2 lakh rupees and I got 2 lakh rupees profit, which means 100% returns on the investment. Is it not? It's good. But the same stock, if I had invested in the future segment, 100 rupees, 2000 shares, 2 lakh is the value, but the exchange says you don't have to pay the complete 2 lakh rupees. All right, you just have to pay the margin. They will say 10%, 20%, or 30%. All right, if they say 20% of 2 lakh, it means they are asking only 40,000 as the investment. Okay, but let us keep 50%. So 50% of 2 lakh is 1 lakh. So keep 1 lakh rupees, buy the same 2000 shares in future segment and hold it, keep rolling over on the expiry date. And as expected from 100 rupees, this price has increased to 200 rupees over a period of time, which means here also you got 100 points profit into 2000 shares. It is 2 lakh rupees profit. But then how much percentage returns is this on your capital? Well, you have invested only 50%. That is, you have invested only 1 lakh rupees here. On 1 lakh rupees, you have gained 2 lakh rupees, which means here you have got a 200% returns on your investment. In the earlier case in equity, you got only 100%. Is it not? But the other major benefit of investing in futures for long term is not only in the uptrending market. In equity segment, you can only invest in the uptrending market. You cannot do anything in the downtrending market. Is it not? But in futures, you can invest in the uptrending market, buy and hold for a long term and then exit. Even in a downtrending market, you can take a short position at the top, hold it. As the price reduces, at some point later, you can buy it back. And in fact, in a downtrending market, the downtrend is always fast, quick, big, and the money there will be bigger and in a short duration. So in both the uptrending as well as downtrending market, you will be able to trade in future segment. That is a double benefit, is it not? So this way you will be able to regain much faster than the previous case. So as you know, the investment requirement here is lesser than the equities, more returns on your capital compared to the cash segment, lesser risk on your capital compared to the cash segment. This is the solution for the second category. Let's move on to the third one. Third category of people are those who have timely financial backup. People who are working, who are getting a salary, and they are happily, comfortably managing their monthly expenses, their family with their current source of income. And very small percentage of that income they are able to save here and then. But then sometimes people belonging to this category, if you belong to this category and if you have lost money, then these are the people who have the urgency to regain their money, because they have invested all their savings. Now to again save the same money, it is big headache. It is going to take a lot of time, and with whatever source of income that you have, there is no job guarantee these days. So there is a lot of tension running in your head, and you have absolute urgency to regain. And along with this regaining, you should also balance your regular life, is it not? So what I'm trying to tell you here is, if any of you belong to this category, let me tell you, you cannot take a chance. You are standing at the edge of a knife. You cannot take a chance. One wrong move here, it will take you to a zone where there is no point of recovery, no hope at all. So you should be very, very careful. So if any of you belong to this category, now what is the right solution for you? Well, the right solution here is, first of all, you can also do the same long-term investment either in the cash segment or do the long-term investment in the future segment as we discussed earlier. That will be perfect without any tension. But if you want to regain your lost money a bit faster compared to the earlier two situations, then there is a way. What is that solution? First of all, the most important key points in this solution here is, you have to identify a strategy or a method of trading. All right, you have to identify a strategy or a method of trading where you just have to spend very little time every day. All right, and be able to trade and earn money. First of all, when you're identifying a strategy or a trading method, you should know that that method is going to give you profits. First, that is the first essential, is it not? But the second most important thing here is that following that method should not mean that you have to sit and monitor the market movement whole day. If that happens, then you are gone. You should spend only very little time every day. All right, mainly belonging to this category, you should now be able to focus more on your current source of income. All right, because you have to maintain your family, is it not? Some people take a decision saying that in order to with this urgency to regain, and maybe they have come across some method or strategy which sounds very interesting or a bit promising. What they do is they quit their job and get into full-time trading. Well, this is an absolute big mistake. The job that you are doing, that was giving you regular source of income, and that gave you income all these years, is it not? The trading that you have done till date, you have only lost money. The place where you have not made money, now how will you get into full-time trading when you don't know whether you're going to make it or not? All right, first you have to make profits, earn profits consistently, then over a period you can think whether I should get into this full-time or not, is it not? So focus more on your current source of income. Find out one method where you are spending very little time every day and trade, and then you will be able to regain your money. All right, having said all these things, many of you may be sitting here in the session with an absolute confused mind, saying that I'm sorry for this interruption. Are you all able to hear me now? Are you all able to hear me? Am I audible to all of you? Yes or no, please reply. All right, thank you. Thank you for replying. And first of all, thanks to all of you to be online in this session, in spite of this interruption. Anyways, so we follow a system like this. This is called a dynamic system, enterprise tool developed by our company called Dowman Group. All right. So this one system developed wherein we don't have to spend whole day. We just have to spend very little time every day. In fact, if I have to say, we spend hardly 10 to 15 minutes every day. All right. So name some stock that we can check. Any one of your favorite stock we can check. So I'll show you how easy it is to follow. Anyone? Can you please name any one stock that we can check? Or even if you want to check an index, it is fine. Tata Motors, says Mr. Matthew. Let us check this. Well, first let me tell you that in this system, this is one report that we are looking at called speed dynamic report. There are few more details. Normally when someone goes through the training on how to use this system, that is where they get to learn things in detail. All right, but I'm just giving you a very brief example here. All right, so the brief example here is, as you can see, first of all, as soon as I selected Tata Motors here, there is this stock name, there is this date that you can see, and these details are the general open, high, low, and close price of every day of Tata Motors. Day to day, these are basic details, you will find it everywhere. All right. Along with that, on top, this particular column, you can see, it says speed signal on top. And there is one more column you can see, it says speed trend. All right. Let us go with the one basic thing here, speed signal. Now, what is the job of the speed signal? This speed signal, this system automatically tells you when to buy, when to sell. All right. So very recently it has told us buy. When was this? 10th February 2023. The speed signal said buy. And supporting to that, the speed trend, where sometime in the past it said the trend is up. This stock is in an uptrend, and the trend has been up till now. And in favor of the trend, it is asking me to buy. Normally, when the trend is up and if you get a buying opportunity, do not miss it. Go ahead, do it. All right. So what happened was 10th February 2023, it said buy. So you on 10th February, once you finished all your job, when you come back home, freshen up yourself, relax some time with your family, and then at your leisure time, if you can spend a few minutes, just update this and then open this report, and when you saw it said buy. So as soon as you saw it said buy, the benefit of this dynamic system is it can tell us whether to buy or whether to sell. It will tell us the details one day in advance. So if I have to trade tomorrow, it will give me the details today itself. So it has told me on 10th to buy. So I am planning tomorrow morning I will buy Tata Motors. All right, either in futures or in equity, whatever it is, that decision is yours. Now, next day morning before the market opens, I just call my stockbroker. I tell him, boss, in my trading account, buy one lot of Tata Motors futures, or in equity so and so quantity, or in options, buy a call option at XYZ strike price. All right, this instruction is given to the stockbroker. Now, what will he do? As soon as the market opens, as per the instruction that you have given, he is going to buy at the opening price. At whatever price in the opening he got, he is going to buy. So he bought it at 445.50, let's assume. All right. Once the instruction is given, what is your job? Your job is to just shut down your computer, cut the call, go do your regular job, regular business. If you don't have any work, please go to sleep. Do anything possible. But then the one big condition here is don't sit in front of trading terminal. Don't keep watching the price movement constantly throughout the day. This is the major condition that you have to fulfill. All right. So once you have done that, end of the day, you will come back and see what this dynamic system is telling. Well, it is telling buy caution. It means be cautious now. There are chances the signal can change. It can tell you to sell. But then today I happened to observe Tata Motors and I saw that the price of Tata Motors has increased. All right, from yesterday's low, it has managed to increase today. So evening, once you update this and see, it is going to tell you buy, hold, something like this. Buy, hold. It means relax. Hold your buy position. All right. So it will keep telling you to hold your buy position until one fine day it will tell you to sell. The day it tells you to sell, that is when you are going to sell this. All right. Same way, someone has asked for this Gland Pharma. Gland, I've got it. Gland Pharma. Is it the same stock? Gland? I'm not sure. Well, if it is the same stock, you can see at this point it has told us to buy on 7th February. The next day morning on 8th February, you would have bought it and the price was at 1,310 opening price. All right, you could have bought it in futures or you could have bought it in options. And as of yesterday, the closing price was 1,365 and you're holding it. All right. Today, once we update this, we will come to know what are we supposed to do for tomorrow. Someone has asked for Infosys, Infi. You can see here Infi, yesterday, just yesterday, it said sell. All right. On 13th of February, it said sell, which means today morning at opening price, you would have sold. Once you have sold, you just relax, come back in the evening, see what is the next information it is giving you. But then just because it has given a new sell, don't jump into any conclusion and go about selling it tomorrow. Please don't do that, because I told you in the beginning, before you start trading based on this, there is one small training that you have to go through. And once you have got trained how exactly to go about using this, then you can go ahead and trade. All right. By using this, when you trade, what kind of returns one can earn, we will discuss all these things later. But then this is one solution. If you have any solution of your own, whereby spending very less time every day, you are able to trade and earn money, then please go ahead with it. All right. But then the one reality that you have to understand when you are trying to follow some, solution or a method like this. Is that, let me show you this. So when you start following a method like this, where you are spending very little time, first of all, you have to understand the benefit here is this is a short-term trading plan. This is not a long-term investment idea. All right. And the benefit here is the investment required, the capital required to trade based on a method like this is much lesser than the previous two cases. And the profit potential following a method like this is much higher than the previous two cases. But the truth here is, when you're following a method like this, each and every trade, the results on each and every trade is going to be something like this. You're going to experience gain, gain, minus, minus, gain, minus, gain. All right? You will go through this process definitely. Well, when I say this, some people say that minus, well, I can't bear this. Well, let me tell you, this is not the only business. Any business on this planet you take, every business has income and expense. All right? Every business has this. Let us assume that you start some business today. All right? You have set up a shop, whatever business. You've set up a shop, a vehicle showroom, let us say, two-wheeler showroom. Okay? Is there, and you've been doing it for some years now, and you've been getting very good income out of that business. But tell me, does that business have no expense involved? Well, you have to buy material, you have to pay for your staff, you have to pay electricity bill, you have to pay internet bill, you have to pay water bill. So many expenses involved, month after month. But tell me, without doing this expense, will you be able to earn money? It is definitely not possible. So what you have understood there in that regular business, everyone has understood that, is that business has expense. Only when we do expense, we are going to get income. But when people come to stock market, it is only in this business that people cannot digest this truth, that it is gain, gain, minus, minus, gain, gain. This one truth people don't want to accept. But those of you who have accepted or who have understood this reality, that this is part of the business, we are supposed to look at the overall gain. We are supposed to see overall, am I getting income out of this business? Not each and every trade. So a method or a strategy like this is going to give you this experience. But then the secret of following a method like this is, when you continuously implement the same method for a longer period without any changes, that is when you are going to see results, and you are going to see profits much higher than the previous two cases. Through this, you will be able to regain much faster than the earlier two cases. All right? So this is the solution to those people who belong to this category. Now let us move on to the fourth category of people. Well, fourth category of people are those who have lost big money. They have lost more than their capacity. They have lost beyond their capacity. Many people belonging to this category, maybe they have borrowed money, traded on others' capital, and incurred a massive loss. When you go through this situation, I can understand. It is a lot of mental pressure that you're going through, mental stress. You are mentally destroyed. You simply don't know what to do. There is lot of desperation. And you want to do anything and everything, just to do something. God help me. I just want to recover the money. I just want to recover the money, settle everything. The moment I have recovered, I promise you, I will never ever return back. I will never ever do the same mistake. Just help me regain this money. So these are the people who have absolute urgency. All right. If any of you belong to this category, let me tell you what is the solution. The solution here is, it is impossible for you to regain your losses. This is the truth. All right. It is impossible. Forget it. It's better you go do some other activity to earn money. Keep earning over a period. You have to take time. Over a period, you will be able to settle it. But then do something else. But there are some people who say that, no, I cannot. I know only this stock market and trading. I don't know anything else to earn money. So I want to earn it back through the same stock market. Well, if that is what you want to do, then there is one thing that you can do here. And that is, first of all, try to keep yourself fit, physically fit. Do some exercise every day. All right. Develop some good food habits. Keep yourself healthy. Try to do some meditation so that you can bring your you can bring your thought process, your mindset to that neutral level. When you do all these things, of course, when I'm saying all these things, some of you will feel very irritated. If you belong to this category, I'm sure you are feeling very irritated. But my friends, this is the truth. This is what you have to do. If you really want to regain your losses from stock market itself, the first thing that you have to do is keep yourself fit, do some meditation so that you are able to focus. When you do all these things, let me assure you, you are going to find a solution by yourself. But without doing this, if you want to keep trying too many things, then you are going to make things much more worse. That's the truth. All right. So after all these things, in spite of all our intensive research that we have done about regaining the lost money, we've come across one more important category of people, the fifth category of people. But then there is something very different, something very unique about this category of people compared to the last four categories. What is that unique thing? The unique thing is these people have tremendous patience. They have some amazing listening capacity, and they have the ability to understand and learn any business and any profession in a short span of time, go about implementing it. They have this amazing skills. But then there is one weakness that they have, and that is financial weakness. They don't have much money. Very less money is what they have. All right. But then they also want to get into stock market. They also want to try earning in stock market. Whenever they try to do that, they are always demotivated. Someone is trying to pull their leg down. Someone keeps telling that, boss, for your background and all these things, stock market, forget it. All right. You're not going to succeed there. It is impossible. That is not for you. Forget it. So they keep dragging them down. Well, let me tell you, what we have done here is we have come up with a solution for even this category, and we call this solution as the 1K, 10K technique, which means even with a very small investment, one can start trading and earn. How to do that? 1K, 10K, by this you must have understood by now that I am talking about a minimum investment of just 10,000 rupees to start with. With the 10,000 rupees, where can you invest and earn money? When you think in these lines, obviously you can do it in the equity segment, but it is going to be a very slow process. With the 10,000, can you do it in futures? Definitely not. The investment requirement there is a bit higher, especially in stocks and commodities. All right. Can it be done in options? Yes. Option segment is that one segment where even with a very small investment, you can start and you can earn big. All right. This is one segment. It is designed so that even with small investment, one can create wealth. All right. But then I told you, you should have the right information to trade in options. We have discussed this. Along with that, you should learn how to select the right strike price. Every time when you trade, you should know how to select the right strike price. Not just selecting the right strike price, you should also be able to, if you are planning to trade tomorrow, you should be able to prepare your trading plan today itself. You should have a plan in place. That's what I mean. All right. You should have a plan in place. Without planning, if you go about trading, that's what many people say gambling. That's what people call it as gambling, is it not? All right. You must have a plan in place. When you plan your trades in advance, that is when you're trading like a professional. All right. When you do all these things, that's when even with a very small capital, you will be able to earn big. But then when I say all these things, some people say with 10,000 investment, how is it possible? How is it possible? Well, let me show you some examples here, or one such example. All right, this is the official NSE India website. All of you know this, is it not? Let me take one example. Obviously, I am about to show you one example where it has already happened. Okay, but still, what is that you have to realize or understand here? Well, just let me select the right strike price. So I hope it is the numbers are very clearly visible to all of you. All right, you can see here. This is the script, that is Nifty, that we are looking at. This is the dates that it has traded. This is the expiry date. All right, the option, call option or put option, the strike price, and this is the premium, the opening price, high made, low made, and the closing price of the premium. All right, so you can see on 25th of January, this strike price put option was trading. I mean, it opened at a 20 rupees premium, made a low of 17 rupees, made a high of 84 rupees, closed at 51 rupees. All right, let us take 50 rupees for that matter. 50 rupees is the premium. All right, what is the investment required? What is the lot size of Nifty? Can anyone tell me? I have forgotten. Well, the lot size of Nifty is 50. I have not forgotten, I was just lying. All right, it is 50 lot size. 50 is the minimum quantity that you have to trade. 50 into 50 rupees premium. What is the investment that we are talking about? Can anyone quickly calculate and tell me? We are talking about the investment of just 2,500 rupees. Even if you bought at 50, it could have been definitely bought at 25, 30 rupees, where the investment would have been even lesser. But let me tell you, even if you bought at 50 rupees, by the very next day, it has made a high of 238 rupees. The other day, it has made a high of 274 rupees. All right, from 50 rupees to even 200 rupees, let me keep it. So it has increased by almost 3 times, 300% returns on that capital in a matter of just one day. From yesterday to today, one day. All right, huge, which means that on that investment of 2,500 rupees, you have gained 7,500 rupees profit in that one single transaction. Not only that, you can also see this on 1st of February. The price of the same put option opened at 61 rupees. It made a low of 8 rupees during the day. All right, it just made a low of 8 rupees. I'm talking about somewhere at around 11 or 12 o'clock. From 8 rupees, by 2 o'clock in the afternoon, from there it shot up to 240 rupees. Even if someone bought it at a 15 rupees premium or at 20 rupees, let us say, from 20 rupees to 200, we are talking about 1,000% returns. 20 rupees means we are talking about an investment of just 1,000 rupees. Out of your 10,000 capital, you can easily invest 1,000. All right, and you have gained 1,000% return. It means how much? 10,000 rupees profit in that one single transaction on 1,000 rupees investment. Well, my friends, obviously many of you are thinking that you are showing something that has already happened. Did you make so much profit? Did he make so much profit? Who made so much profit? Well, I don't care who made so much profit, but only thing that bothers me here is someone made that big profit. Someone has done this trade. This at least, will you agree? Someone did this transaction. Someone has made this big profit in those two transactions. If someone is able to make this big profit, then why not you? Is it not? This is the thing that you must be thinking. Don't go behind, who made. Did you make? Show me. Well, even if someone made profit and if they really showed you that they have made profit, what is that you are going to gain? Will you also be able to make similar profits? Does that give any guarantee? So don't go behind all these things. Rather start thinking someone is able to do this. Then if I have to do this, then what is that I am supposed to do? How can I do this? Find a solution for this. That is what you are supposed to do. This is how you have to think. All right. But then if you did not come across any solution, then obviously we have something, we follow certain things where we say that we have solution for this also. One will be able to trade movements like this, all right, and make this big profits. How is that? What is that solution that we follow? Let me show you. So we follow this something called as dynamic live. All right, dynamic live, which means it is live. In the real-time market, it will tell us when to buy, when to sell. This is what it says. Okay, so this is an enterprise tool developed by our company called Dowman Group. We follow this. There are thousands of almost more than 17,000 plus members we have across the country who are, many of them are following this. Most of them are following the earlier one that we saw, which is called dynamic system. All right. So any which ways, how does this system guide us in this? All right. Now we were talking about that one scenario where the put option from 8 rupees premium increased to 240 rupees, and that happened. Remember, that happened on 1st February 2023. That was an event day when there was budget going on. All right. Before all these things, now how does this tool guide us? Let us see. Now, normally when the price starts increasing, at some point when it is time to buy, here in the preparation, much in advance, this dynamic live tells us, get ready to buy. It will tell us. It says, get ready to buy. At least 1 hour in advance. And later, here in the action information, it tells us, buy long, act now. Very clearly, it will tell us, buy long, act now, which means buy signal has come, take a long position, act now, buy it immediately. So as the price was increasing, at this point on this day, it was 1st February, 9:55 in the morning, it said buy long, act now. So definitely we would have bought a call option. All right. Now when we are buying a call option, when you are trading an option, this is the first time ever in the entire world. This is the one and only tool which can tell you which strike price to buy. So you can see here it says auto call strike price. So this pyramid pointing upward has 3 different numbers. These 3 are the strike prices. Normally when you go through our training, in our training we explain out of these 3 which is the best number to pick. All right. So based on that we buy a call option here. It told us to buy. So once we bought, later what happened in the next 3 hours, the price kept on increasing. As the price kept on increasing, right at the top, can you see there is some symbol here? All right. We call that symbol as a dynamic system caution plus zigzag. All right. Anyone goes through the training, they learn these things in detail, nothing to worry. But then whenever that symbol appears, it means this system is telling us that this price is about to reverse. Get ready. So what this dynamic live does here is it can tell us every time, right at the top, right at the bottom, that the price is about to reverse. So as soon as we got this signal here, now when was this? What was the time here? The time here was, somewhere at around 1 o'clock, between 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock. That's when this symbol appeared. It told us to exit. It told us the price is likely to reverse. Here, there is one more action information specific for options trading. There it said exit call option. It said exit call option. So whatever call option that you have bought, if you had bought a call option at 100 rupees premium here, it was trading somewhere at around 150 or 160 ranges where you could have exited. Now, after exiting, when you go through the training, we normally teach a method of trading called dynamic superpower trading method. That training teaches you how to trade each and every moment in the market. All right. So as per that, not only exiting here, we will also sell. You can take a short position in futures or buy a put option. Okay, we can buy a put option. Now, normally anyone who has a good enough capital, they will go about buying a put option with a premium of 100, 200 or so on. But then just imagine a person who has a very little capital. Imagine a person who has only 2000 rupees capital with him. Does that mean he cannot trade in stock market? Who said that? You can definitely trade, and in fact, even with that small capital, one will be able to trade and earn big money. And this is where you could have got into that put option, which made a low of 8 rupees. When the price is at the high, put option premium will be at its low. Is it not? It was at the low of 8. But let us assume by the time you entered at 20 rupees. And in the next 1 hour, the kind of sharp movement that it gave, from 20 rupees, it shot up to 200 rupees. And as the price came down right at this bottom, there is again another signal. All right, I can show you when I change the view here. Right at this bottom, you can see a small green colored symbol here that is also called as a zigzag. The moment you saw that, exit the put option. Not only exit the put option, we will go for a call option also. But at least even if you had exited the put option, if not at 240 rupees, let's assume you bought 20, you exited 150 rupees. Even then, that is a massive profit that we are talking about. So in this up and down movement that has happened from that day till today, that 10,000 rupees investment that you started even on 1st February, if you had started, that capital would have easily grown up beyond 25,000 rupees by now. Very easily. Just keep on doing it. Just imagine as we continue doing this over a period, let us say in a matter of some months, it reaches a lakh rupees capital. From there, what is going to happen? We are going to increase quantity. Probably we will go for better premiums from there on. And from a lakh rupees, it is going to grow beyond. So in a matter of a year, this capital from 10,000 can go to few lakhs. All right. The only thing that you need here is in any different market condition, you should be able to understand when to buy and when to sell. This dynamic live or the earlier one that we saw, dynamic system, is able to tell us when to buy, when to sell automatically. We don't have to worry. All right. Recently, you must have seen a major down movement in the market in the month of January, December, January. Before it came down right at the top, this dynamic live told us, get ready from here. A major movement opposite is likely to happen. It came down. As it came down, right at the bottom, again there is an indication saying that from here it is going to reverse. It did reverse. When the system itself is able to tell us all these things automatically, now what are we supposed to do? How to trade? This is what we teach in our training. All right, anyone goes through that, they are able to follow it and earn money. But it doesn't matter. If you have anything of your own which has a solution to trade with this small capital and earn money, please go ahead with that. All right. So this is about dynamic live that I was talking here. Okay, wherein even with a very small investment, one will be able to start trading and start earning. All right. But then in order to do all these things, first of all, you have to master yourself. You need to develop some determination. Now, what is that I'm talking about? There is some discipline. It is not that easy to earn money in stock market. Well, in fact, it's not easy to earn money any business anywhere else. It's not that easy to earn money. But then it is really easy provided you have this discipline and determination. What is the determination that I'm talking about? Well, I'm talking about you should have the patience. All right? You should have the right patience to allow your strategy to work. Whatever method that you're following, you need to have the patience to let it work. Don't be in a hurry. Don't sit there with the expectation saying that overnight you want to become a millionaire. It will definitely not happen. Never before has it happened. Never after will it happen. All right? And you should have the determination to follow one single trading method continuously. If that doesn't happen, it is not going to work. And you should also have the determination to start trading with a very small capital also. Let me tell you this the other way. If you cannot earn money with a small capital, you cannot earn money even with a big capital. This is the truth. And you should have the determination not to take any hasty trading decision. Don't take sudden decisions in your trading. Come prepared. Your decisions should be prepared already, well planned already. Sudden decisions will always lead you to mistakes, wrong decisions. All right? And then you should have the determination to wait to see profit. All right? Some people, what they do is as soon as they buy, the moment they see few hundreds or few thousands of profit, book the profit, book the profit. But the same, if it goes the opposite direction, they'll be sitting as if they are in a vacation. Is it not? Why is that? You don't have the patience to see big profits. And don't panic when the price moves against you. You know, one Mr. Matthew had recommended Tata Motors. We have bought it at 445 on 10th when it said buy. Next day we bought it at 445 or 44, whatever was the number. From there it first came down. Immediately it came down. All right. Normally, any normal trader would have panicked, they would have booked losses and they would have exited. But then, when we are following a systematic approach, a method like dynamic system, there the system is telling us, hold, wait. What is the hurry? We waited. And today, what has happened? The price has started increasing again. All right. That is the thing. And you should never get carried away. Don't ever become overconfident. Just because last 2 days you made good profit does not give any guarantee that the third day you are going to make profits. The only thing that is going to give you that guarantee is constantly following the same thing, being very determined not to make any changes. And if you have a habit of following the TV news channels, tips and calls and all these things, get over with this, please. Get over with this. When are you going to understand this? How much more money do you want to lose before you realize this? Get over with this. All right. And as I told you earlier also, never sit in front of the trading terminal constantly watching the price movement, because the red blue color variation is enough to make you do all possible mistakes. And not only that, it will also give you to gift like BP, sugar and all possible health complications. And do not discuss your trades with others. Don't feel proud that you have made profit and just go about telling everyone. Don't feel depressed that you have lost money and just go about telling anyone. Don't bother about what others are doing. Mind your business. All right. So these are all some of the disciplines that you have to develop in yourself. Not just that. If you want to continue in the stock market trading business for a long term, for a long run, and keep trading peacefully, keep earning peacefully, then you have to, adopt these things in your trading. What is that? You should know how to manage your funds. Understand this. If you don't know how to manage your capital, then you will be taken for a big ride. Someone said that the price of the stock is going to go up big time. So what did you do? You bought all your money, invested all the money, one shot in one single trade. So it is a hit out or get out option for you. Do or die. All right. And in this, probably it is going to definitely go forward. But then When the price does up and down movement initially, you are going to die. You are going to die of heart attack. Mind management is very important. Following a single method throughout continuously is not that easy. All right, trading exercise. Practice what you do. Practice before you do. See it before you do it. That's what people say. That's what all the big people on this planet say. Enlightened people say. See it before you do it. How to see it before you do it? Practice it. Next, trading action plan. We in our training, this is one very big essential. If you want to trade tomorrow, you must prepare today itself. How to do that? We teach this. Without this, never go tomorrow for trading. Add and remove. When to increase your quantity, when to decrease your quantity, there must be a proper plan. Blindly, if you increase your quantity as and when you want, you will be taken for a ride. All right, payout planning. Everyone in stock market knows only pay in, keep paying in. Never have they seen payouts. Yes, they see payouts when they have invested a lakh rupees over a period of time that has reduced down to a few thousands, and they take a payout saying that with this nothing can be done. All right, that shouldn't be the case. Your first investment is your last investment, and that investment has to keep growing, and along with that, it should also keep giving you regular income. How to do that? So these are all some of the things that one has to adopt in your trading to continue this business for the long run. And not just this, along with this, one of the most important thing here is you should learn how to attract money. Well, at this point, I would like to tell you something or show you something. How to attract money. All right. Normally, when you're dealing with money, everyone wants to earn this money, is it not? Everyone wants this, correct? But then, when everyone is dealing with this money every day, what is happening? Everyone is running behind this money, but then they are still not able to reach. They are still not able to get what they want, isn't it? Why is it? It is because people don't respect money. When you don't respect money throughout your life, you are going to keep running behind that money. It will never come to you. It will make you run. But the day you start respecting money, then let me tell you, you don't have to run behind money. Money will come searching you. So how to do that? Normally, when people give this money, how do they give money? They give it with folded way. Some people fold more. Some people hold it like this. Some people crush it and just throw it on the table and then walk off. All right? Is this the way you respect money? Day in and day out, you're working hard to earn this money. But when you get this, is this the way you respect it? So the money is also thinking, this guy does not respect this. So let me teach him a lesson. All right? But change yourself. Change. Start attracting money. How to respect? How to attract money? Whenever you give money to someone, first open this currency note properly. Hold it with all your 5 fingers like this. And before you give it to the other guy, just give it a tap behind and say, hi, I love you. Come back to me in multifolds. Come back to me in multifolds. Say this and then give the money to the other guy. And when you're giving it to the other person, wish him all the very best. Tell him, take this money. You are also going to see a lot of success in your life. Wish him all the very best and then give this money. Now, when I first heard this from Mr. Ravi Chandran, one person who taught me all these things, I started laughing. I said, boss, I have come here to earn big money through stock market trading, but then you are telling me something which is irrelevant for me. Nowhere is it connected. But then that day he said, if you want to make it big, if you want to earn big money, first thing that you have to do is you have to learn how to attract money. Without that, it is not going to happen, let me tell you. I said, fine, if this guy is saying there must be some meaning behind it. So I started doing it. I kept on doing it. Over a period of time, I realized that yes, this is true. It started happening. I started attracting money in my life. All right. I joined in here to get trained on how to trade in stock market in any different market condition. But then over a period, I got an opportunity to work with this organization. And today I'm talking to all of you. There's a big opportunity, is it not? So I thank that person to have given this, but then I strongly believe attracting this money, respecting this money is what has led me to this stage in life. The same way, when you also do this, all right, you will all start attracting money. Do this. Clear, all of you? All right. Whenever you do this, now let me tell you, not only when you're giving a currency note, even when you're doing an online transfer, swiping your card, all right, say this and then give it, then do it. Not only this, even when you're trading, even when you're placing the order, why don't you say this? I love you, come back to me in multi-folds, then place the order. Keep doing this, make this a habit, and you will see changes in your trading also. Clear, all of you? So with all these positive things, with all these right information, now you tell me, is it really possible to regain your lost money in stock market? Yes or no? Well, I want a very sincere, serious opinion from all of you watching this session right now. What's your opinion? What do you have to say? Do you strongly believe that yes, it is possible to regain, or do you still think that no? Anyone? Let's see how many of you have to say. With this awareness, with this understanding of the reality, with this understanding of yourself, doing the right things, now do you seriously believe, is it possible to regain your lost money in stock market? Yes or no? Yes, says Mr. Rana. It is possible. Are you sure? All right. At least with all those expectation and hopes that many of you have come here to this session. Now, I'm sure this training must have definitely induced a lot of confidence. It must have given you a lot of clarity how to go about it. Is it not? Just don't blindly plunge into trading. Go with clarity, have a proper plan and all these things. With this, when you do this, when you go ahead and do it, then results will definitely come. But then if you ask me this question, is it really possible to regain the lost money? Yes or no? My answer, the right solution, the right answer to you is, the truth is, it is not possible to regain your losses in stock market. This is the truth. All right. I'm really sorry to have wasted all your time till now to finally tell you this truth, that it is seriously not possible to regain your losses in stock market. You know why? It is because in spite of having understood all these things, finally when you come the next time with some capital to trade, you are coming with a backdrop of saying that I have lost money. I have to regain my losses. So you are coming with a pain behind in your back. All right. So that pain will keep triggering you, and you will be scared to do anything. You will come with fear and you will never see light. So the truth here is, my friends, there is nothing called as regaining the losses. There is nothing called as regaining the losses. The only truth here is you can only gain in stock market. You can only gain money here. Forget what has happened in the past. Come with a thought saying that now I have to earn money. How to earn money? With whatever XYZ capital you have. Start trading, start earning money, keep growing. When you keep doing this, that is when everything in the past will be automatically taken care of. All right? This is the truth, my friends. So this is how you can go about, as I told you, if you find a solution to all those different scenarios, all right, when to buy and when to sell, the different solutions that I gave for different categories of people. If you have a way to go forward, please go ahead and do it. If you don't know how to go about and do it, you can always come back to us, because this is what we do. We train people on how to make only profits in stock market while you sleep. All right. So we have different training packages. Anyone who is interested, anyone who is desperately looking for a solution, you can always come forward. Let me show you how this works for you. So we have this one first thing that I showed you, dynamic system training package. All right. It is a simple to use end of the day system. Using this, we say you can earn a minimum of 500% returns on your capital every year, and that too by spending just 15 minutes a day. Just 15 minutes of your leisure time, not during market hours. In your leisure time, let me tell you. If you want to trade tomorrow, you can sit and plan today. That is the beauty of this dynamic system. All right. And it is best suited for those people who cannot sit full day in front of the market, especially if you're a working professional, housewife, if you're a retired person, if you're a businessman, it is best suitable for you. And in order to understand this and start using it, it is just a matter of 2 days of workshop that you have to go through. 2 days of training. All right. And to join this training, obviously it has a cost, and the cost here is, it starts from 59,000, it goes on till 1,12,000 rupees. Different packages are there. I'll just show you. But then you subscribe any one of this dynamic system package, you are going to get it for lifetime. It is a one-time subscription, one-time investment. So how is this dynamic system going to help you? If you belong to the category 1, where you want to do the long-term investment in the equity segment, this is the one it is going to help you. If you want to if you belong to the second category, where you want to do long-term investment in the future segment, that can also be done using the same dynamic system. If you belong to the third category, where by spending very little time, focusing more on your current job, and also trade and earn faster than the other two categories, then dynamic system is the one where you can do the same in future segment or even in option segment. If anyone wants to trade in option segment by spending very little time every day, it can be done using this dynamic system. So let me show you these different dynamic system packages. Starting with this first, Nifty index package. Index package is one where you get only index like Nifty, Bank Nifty, and so on. You don't get stocks in this. Company stocks are not there. So this is worth the 59,000 rupees. It is for lifetime, one-time investment. You can trade in futures, you can trade in options using this package. Index futures and options. The second one is the derivative package, where you get index futures plus also stocks, F&O stocks. That is in F&O futures and options segment, you have some 150 or 190 stocks. So all those stocks will be available in this. You can trade in futures, you can trade in options. The third one is the cash package, where you get index plus all the stocks under NSE. This is one package which covers every segment under NSE. You can trade in futures, you can trade in options, index and stocks. You can also do long-term investment in stocks or in index using this package. All right. These three belongs to the NSE. The remaining four are related to commodities trading. Those of you interested to trade in commodities, we have this bullion package where you can trade gold, silver, which is 59,000. If you want to trade crude oil, natural gas, it is 59,000. If you want to trade base metals like copper, aluminum, zinc, lead, and nickel, it is 94,000. All right. Finally, there is a combo package where you get gold, silver, crude oil, natural gas, which is worth 1,12,100. Remember, take any one package. We are talking about earning minimum 500% returns year after year, and the investment that you are going to make to subscribe this, it is one time. You get this for lifetime. Clear, all of you? So there is one thing. But then there are those many of you who want to get into full-time trading. So for that, we have this training package called Dynamic Live. wherein you will be learning dynamic superpower trading method. But then this package is not for lifetime, it is for a 1 year subscription. The actual price, we saw this 1K, 10K technique and all these things in dynamic life. In real-time market, it gives us signals. All right. So its actual price is 5,19,000 rupees for 1 year subscription. But then for last many years, there is a discount offer running in it wherein you are getting it at just 1,45,977. This price, all these price includes GST. All right, but there is one big surprise in this. What is that? You get by subscribing this, you get the dynamic live for 1 year. You can use it for one entire year. After 1 year, if you want to renew it, you have to pay the same price and renew it. But the first time when you took this, along with dynamic live, you are also going to get a dynamic system. Which one? You will get this one package. That is this, this 1,12,100 package free for lifetime along with dynamic live. So by paying 1,45,000, you are getting two tools. Just imagine if you are subscribing this alone, you are paying 1,12,000, but an additional of 33,000, you are getting dynamic live also. All right, that is a big benefit here. Clear, all of you? So these are all the different training packages. You can subscribe to any one of them to join. But then once you have subscribed any one of these packages, then you are going to go through one training. All right. So when is this training? What is this training all about? You are going to go through this online workshop. All right. Normally we used to do 2 days online workshop, but this is the first time ever we are doing a 2 days plus 3 days online workshop. Now, how is it designed? Now, anyone who wants to subscribe to join this workshop, let's say, you can even subscribe the basic, that is a 59,000 package. Let's say you paid 59,000, you subscribe. But what you will get is immediately we will install the 1,45,000 package, that is dynamic live and dynamic system. Both the package will be installed into your computer. All right, till the workshop. So the next workshop is on 18th and 19th. I'm sorry for this mistake here. It is 18th. All right, 18th and 19th of February 2023. It is not 11th and 12th. 11th and 12th was the last batch that happened. 18th and 19th, that is the coming Saturday and Sunday. But today, if anyone subscribed, they will get dynamic live and dynamic system installed today itself. Till 19th, it will be installed for free. So that in these few days until the workshop, you can see how it works in the live market. All right. Along with that, before these 2 days workshop, there will be a pre-workshop session. One is organized today at 7 o'clock. Another one is on Thursday, 7 o'clock. So those people who have subscribed will be able to attend this. In that session, what are you going to see? As I said, if there is a big crash in the market, before the crash, the system gives you a signal. You will see. If there is any big news, before the news, which direction the market is going to move, this system will tell you. If there is a gap up or a gap down, before the gap up, gap down, you will be able to take the right position. This system will tell you how. You will see. When the market becomes sideways, before sideways, this system will tell you how to trade in sideways. You will see. All these things you will see before the workshop. And during the workshop, you will learn, you will understand how to do it. And after the 2 days of workshop, there will be 3 more sessions. In these 3 sessions, you will be able to understand whatever you have understood in the training. Are you able to implement it in the real-time trading? When you do that, what doubts are you coming across? We will discuss those in these sessions. And every week, we will have a gathering, weekly gathering, where we will discuss what progress has been made every week. All right. These many supporting activities will be done along with this workshop. All right. It starts at 10:30 a.m. on Saturday. Before it starts, one has to subscribe. So all those of you who are interested to subscribe, you can go through this link that I have just texted on the chat. When you click on this link, you will get access to all the different packages with the price. You click on each of the package, you will get other details that what comes inside this package. Go through that, then decide and subscribe. But if there is anyone who has some doubts which needs clarification before you subscribe, then you can obviously come back to us. You can contact us at these details. All right, I have texted it on the chat. You can go through these details. You can call us or you can mail us anytime. All right, and then or you can come on WhatsApp chat. You can discuss each and everything, and then you can finally decide. Get all your doubts clarified and then decide. There are some people who say, I want to see a live demo of it, how it works. If you want, contact us, get it through, get clarified, and then decide. All right. So, gentlemen, this is all about today's program. Thank you, all of you, for having joined this session. I hope this has thrown a lot of light into your expectation or what you are expecting. All right. But then we have tried to convey the reality. All right. Not to make up some story to regain your losses. When you understand the truth, take the path of truth, you will definitely be able to achieve whatever you want. All right. So my name is Santosh on behalf of Dowman Group. I thank you all for joining this session. Thank you once again and good evening to all of you.